Hello all. My name is Sam or Samuel, whichever you prefer, and welcome to my Pokemon Yellow version, Halloween special, Hardcore Nuzlocke Challenge.
Having been born at the optimal moment in history to cement Kanto as my original Pokemon journey, I've been replaying Red, Blue, and Yellow, if not every year, at least every other year for as long as I can remember. Being so familiar with the OG3, they're the perfect games to research, play, write, and edit in time for Halloween, which is, as of this moment writing this script, 15 days away. I've spent some time trying to figure out how to make a novel Halloween run. I love ghost types, but ghost type only runs on Halloween has been done to death. I wanted to use pokedex entries that are weird, uncanny, spooky, or just plain disturbing. Fortunately, the Pokemon world has a vast catalog of entries that fits this description pretty well. With Gen 1 being pretty, how do I put this tactfully? F***ing easy. This video should prove to be fairly short, as I blasted through on speed up in roughly 3 hours. I'm playing using my standard Nuzlocke rules, which I'll post in the video description as well as a document going over them in detail, but they're basically as follows. First eligible encounter per route is my only encounter. If a Pokemon faints, that's it for their journey. Game mode on set, no items in battle, and hold items don't exist in Gen 1. And I can't exceed the next gym leader's highest level member. Alright, with all that said, let's see how it went. I choose the name Samuel for now, and I name my rival Raisins because they're definitely anti-Halloween. Before I can get curb stomped by a Pikachu, Oak swoops in and murks it with a single ball. What a boss. I immediately play Errand Boy and drop off Oak's custom Pokeball. We all know that's code for some kinky stuff. I immediately head out west of Viridian to snatch up my first encounter, a Mankey, who I name Anger, due to Primeape's Pokedex entry in Sun. It has been known to become so angry that it dies as a result. Its face looks peaceful in death, however. With Anger added to the team, Pika whatever is dropped off in the box and never thought about again. Skirting under the level cap at a measly level 11, Anger low kicks 3 times and I get buyed. My next encounter comes in Mount Moon in the form of Zubat, whom is named Blood after Golbat's Pokedex entry in Moon. Sometimes they drink so much blood they can't fly anymore. Then they fall to the ground to become food for other Pokemon. Gen 7 really not holding back any punches, here to traumatize the next budding generation of Pokemon fans. Raisins joins Circus Peanuts as Anger karate chops and low kicks him to bits. After scraping by the Nugget Bridge, I run into a Bellsprout who was eligible due to Victory Bell's yellow Pokedex entry of lures prey in with a sweet aroma of honey. Swallowed whole, the prey is melted in a day, bones and all. I'm uncomfortable with this level of description. Victory Bell is named Melt. Bill's up to some sketchy shit like usual. Against Misty, Melt wipes start you out with 2 Vine Whips, and I'm reminded of how busted Rap is in the original games. I Poison Star me and repeatedly hit Rap until Misty is done. At the end of the battle, Melt evolves to Weepin' Bell, but on speed up it's just like 2 frames. Just south of Cerulean City, I can grab my next encounter, Abra, who I name Used to Be Kid, due to Kadabra's Fire Red entry of It Happened One Morning. A boy with extrasensory powers awoke in bed, transformed into a Kadabra. I hate everything about that sentence. The implications are terrifying. As soon as I arrive in Vermilion, I beeline it right to Diglett Cave and name one Mystery, due to their Pokemon Stadium Pokedex entry of its head pokes up approximately 8 inches out of the ground. However, its real size remains a mystery to this day, and just like the ocean, something so common but mysterious really weirds me out. And basically as soon as the Pokeball stops dinging, I'm already out east of Vermilion catching a Drowsy who's named Predator, due to Hypno's Fire Red entry. It carries a pendulum-like device. There once was an incident in which it took away a child it hypnotized. If that's not a textbook child predator, I don't know what is. Raisins tries me on for size again on the SSN and is once again just humiliated. Should've stayed hydrated, you fool. Grapes are delicious. In Surge's gym, I start in the bottom right corner, check each trash can in a row, and in the very upper left corner, literally the last can, I find the switch. And because it's not 1998, I save state and check the can next to it. And the one Mon Wonder Lightning American goes down to 2 digs. What a hard third gym. And then, I hate to admit it, but at this point in my life, dozens of Kanto replays later, I could by memory make it through Rock Tunnel. The rocket hideout was seen and promptly destroyed. Mystery evolves a Dugtrio during the arson, however, and Dugtrio's Pokedex is not eligible for my run, so I unfortunately boxed them for the rest of the game. And for some reason, I had no clue until I started this run, but Bug is super effective against poison in Gen 1, so Blood's Leech Life made a pretty decent work of Erica's gym, even being so hideously weak. And then with Blood at a level cap, I take Erica on, couple Confused Rays and Leash Lives take down Tangela, 2 take down Weavenbell, and 2 plus a Confused check failed takes down Gloom. You may have noticed that I purposefully said Blood was at a level limit, and it's because I mistakenly misread the level caps. Teehee, oopsie daisy, what a classic Sam blunder. Many potions later, Self-Co is reclaimed, and we're going to just ignore that Raisin's hanging out here? Okay guy, you do you. After a quick Safari Zone excursion and grabbing this old man's gross-ass teeth and blatant flex of wealth, I take on Koga, a full 11 levels lower than him. Predator simply throws 5 Psychics and the battle concludes. Unfortunately, being horribly underleveled stops here, as Psychic in Gen 1 is unstoppable, so Sabrina can't be quite as simply laughed off as Kroger. Using that good rod, I pick up a Poliwag to use for surfing, and name them Guts, after their crystal Pokedex entry. The swirl on its belly is its inside showing through the skin. It looks clear after it eats. I get most of the team up to around 50 to match Sabrina, and Abra goes down to a single tri-attack, while her Kadabra and used-to-be Kid swap recovers and attacks, with Kid eventually coming out on top despite a 2-level deficiency. However, Alakazam comes out, and when a single crit Psychic brings Kid down to exactly half, I reevaluate my strategy and bring the tanky Predator out. He takes a light Psychic on the switch in and just starts throwing out hella Mega Punches, which eventually brings the Mighty Brain down, leaving Predator at just 4 HP. A gamble to be sure, as losing Predator this late would be less than ideal. I walk out on Saffron Gym, feeling pretty good, traipse through Diglett Tunnel back to Pallet, and surf my way down to Cinnabar. I revive Omanite and name them Slurp after their gold Pokedex entry. Apparently, it cracked Shelter's shell with its sharp fangs and sucked out the insides, which, deadass naming another Pokemon as their prey and then describing in detail their death is horrifying to me. The mansion is absolutely no trouble. Rolling with a couple of Psychics, the Grimer and Coughing alike fold beneath my terrible rampage. With Slurp evolved to Omastar and leveled up to 52, 4 Surfs take Blaine down. He had told me to bring Burn Heal. I guess I should have warned him to bring, Drown Heal. And as usual, Giovanni, the ground-type gym leader, posed a very small threat. Slurp takes down Doug Trio, Persian, Nidoqueen, and Nidoking with a couple of expertly placed Surfs. But being left on to 2 HP, where I roll the dice and send out Kid, who kills right on with 2 Psychics as Giovanni wastes time buffing up. Raisins tries barring my path, but Slurp, Kid, and Melt tag team and leave Raisins at the bottom of the candy bag, where he belongs. I make the mistake of entering Victory Road without repels, then nope my way right out of there to go pick some up. What an obnoxious leg, regardless of the game. While making my way through, I come across this beautiful wonder of nature named Moltres, and oops. Now with all of my team up to the level cap, here's who I have going into the Elite Four. Slurp, the Omastar, Melt, the Victory Bell, Predator, the Hypno, Blood, the Golbat, Used to be Kid, the Kadabra, and Anger, the Primeape. I open with Predator against Lorelei. I try a quick Hypnosis to try and mitigate any rest nonsense, but miss. So I dash the foreplay and a couple of Psychics put it down. 2 more kills Cloyster, and despite the obvious flaw in type choice, 3 Psychics put Slowbro back to bed. 2 Mega Punches for Jinx, and at this point Predator's starting to feel the barrage of attacks, so I bring Slurp out, who immediately takes a chunky attack from Lapras. Feeling the regret of the pivot, Kid joins the grown-up table. They take an attack pretty poorly, and I fire back with a recover to see if I can play around the rudimentary early Pokemon AI. But a Lapras miss and a Psychic crit spells the end of Lorelei. Bruno opens with, oh, and it's done. And Agatha throws a Gengar my way and, that's done too. Against Lance, I want to bring Anger forward from the back, who's not gotten a ton of use mid to late game, and 2 Rock Slides later, Gyarados goes down. But that is their final contribution to the run, and I switch over to Slurp for Lance's first Dragonair. Slurp is unfortunately immediately paralyzed, but is regardless able to fire off continuous Ice Beams to finish Lance off. And last but not least, we have Raisins, who's determined to prove that dumb little dehydrated grapes are good. Raisins opens with a Sandslash and I bring Melt forward. 2 Mega Drains and Sandslash's cute little face falls off the screen. Alakazam is brought out. Melt really has no business against the Psychic. So I switch over to Predator, who takes 21 damage like a champ. A lucky Mega Punch crit one-shots Alakazam, and Raisin says, fine, another Psychic, and sends Executor out. And knowing that Executor has no grass moves, I bring out Slurp, who's able to bring the Palm Tree down with 2 Ice Beams. The incoming Ninetales leaves as soon as they arrive from a single Surf. When Magnetron comes out, I try a Surf, but get hit hard predictably, so I bring Slurp back, determined to make this out deathless. Melt comes out, not fearing a whole lot from Magnetron, and I abuse Wrap for the final time this run, and Raisin's Ace Vaporeon joins us for the last bout. Melt drops a poison powder, and then stays healthy with Mega Drain before putting it down with no drama. And with that, I've done it. A deathless run of Yellow version using an admittedly stacked team. This is not the last time I'll be enjoying the broken splendors of Kanto, but I certainly loved revisiting under the Nuzlocke rule set. If you like the non-conventional choice restrictions and think you'd enjoy watching more, stick around. I think I'll keep going with them, as well as the regular Nuzlockes and more monotype runs. And hopefully if you did enjoy this run as much as I did, I'll see you in the next one.